Hi guys, and welcome to another Fantasy Forge video. This one deals with wall lights or sconces, and I found one after looking for months and months that I really liked, but at $150 each, and I need 8, that's $1,200. I thought I'd probably be better off printing them, 3D printing them, and they worked out to be less than $15 each. The first file I designed was 415 millimeters high, which fits a Anycubic Chiron but virtually no other printer. So I decided to actually split it in half, and now it fits printers up to about 210 millimeter in height. Also, the first one came out brilliantly, but the second one had a layer shift on it. So here you see the second STL file, and it's cut in half. It's got a joint at the bottom. It's pretty stiff, but with a little bit of filing, as you'll see in the next set of images, it fits pretty tight, pretty snugly. Here I'm just filing down the recess. Doesn't take much, just to get the excess material off. Still quite a snug fit, and in fact later on I took a bit more off, and you'll see that in the next images. Obviously that's covered by the wooden decorative layer, so it doesn't really matter what that looks like, although I did want a better fit than that. I took a bit more off, and you'll see it's a much easier fit now. This is just some of the components I'm using to... I need to build 8 of these. It's a very simple project, but it's taken a little bit of time waiting for materials to come from Amazon. Now these are just scrap worn up pieces I had left over from another project. The angle I cut them on the table saw was 30 degrees on each edge, and if you add that up, there are 6 pieces, 2 edges on each, that's 12, divided into 360 gives you 30 degrees. Glue all these pieces together with tight bond. I buy that by the gallon from Home Depot. I go through quite a bit of it in these projects. Just wipe off the excess glue on the inside to stop it sticking to the former. I'm using a scrap 3D printed former, which is basically exactly the same shape as the lights, and I'll use this to glue the parts together. That and blue painter's tape. Use plenty of glue, because when if you get any on the top surface or the front surface, doesn't matter. I sand it down afterwards anyway and gets rid of all the glue. Just make sure you don't get too much on the inside, otherwise it'll stick to the form. See how it slides on pretty easily. Now I go around it again with another couple of layers of painter's tape, the blue painter's tape, pulling it as hard as I possibly can to make sure the joints close up. It's pretty strong stuff, but literally I leave these overnight to dry, and I can get about 3 of those wooden surround pieces on that form. All that form is a couple of the files that I didn't use, STL files I didn't use, or prints, glued together to use it as a former. As I say, I leave that for about 24 hours. Probably would, in warmer temperatures and warmer climates, it would dry much quicker. But here in Maine, with temperatures in the workshop at about 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, it takes quite a time, especially for paint to dry. That's just a selection of all the parts I'm using. Those are the lights, the GE LED lights. Two of those go in each one of these wall sconces. Those are the walnut surrounds that I'll be using. And in the next video I'll be showing you a little bit more of the prep, the painting, assembly, electronics, and I'll leave the STL file in the details below on the second video. Take care.